I mean, you know, we're talking in the podcast about stuff like that, but, you know, we've gone straight past the hardship of growing up and, you know, you got to get milk off doorsteps. Life was really, really hard. So by the time I got into town, it was more a case of like, well, we need to learn to survive. You know what I mean? So I met these friends and we used to knock around town and we used to just do what we was ever doing to survive. Baz came from Handsworth and he had a different crowd of friends, a different gang. They used to come into town all the time and there was that troublesome, the gang that he used to knock around with, that as soon as they came into town, it's like, you know, you see the engines and they do these smoke signals. Well, somehow it got around town. They're in town. So if you're doing something and you're enjoying it, they're going to come and spoil it. Or they're going to come and say they want to fight, or they're going to find some issue with somebody that is not just what you want to be doing. You're like, oh, fucking hell, they're in town. Do you know, one of those ones? And a lot of the time they came up. I think the good thing about it is, though, two of them out of that gang became very good friends of mine. And I mean friends, like, you know, when I said to you, I keep friends where I like to be able to sleep and not have one eye open.
One eye open, yeah.
They became friends like that. And one of them was Thomas Coley, and the other one was Barrington Patterson as well. I have got another friend who me and him are very close as well, who came from them sides as well, called Jaspel. And I wouldn't like to do this podcast and forget about him.
Okay.
Because
good.
me and
Fair
him,
play.
over the years, and even not so much then, but as years have got on, me and him have got closer, the more that time has gone on. But yeah, Barrington belonged to another gang, and they used to come into town, and some of the lads who I was with was from his area, so they kind of knew him, but they weren't pulling the kind of weight that could kind of calm him down. But I think that, you know, because he recognised people who was with us, he was kind of pretty cool. And after a little bit of coming into town and knocking around with us or going to places we went to, he kind of left the Handsworth lot, and he started to knock around with all us lot. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, what age was that around?
About 14, 15. Yeah, we was, at the time, shoplifting was a big thing. Do you know what I mean? So we used to go shoplifting, but it was more on the scale of like, you know, being like raffles. Do you remember the program Raffles?
Yeah.
Where you don't know it's been done, but it's been done. We used to kind of go places discreetly and try and get stuff. I mean, you even had levels of shoplifters. You know, you had shoplifters that would come and they'd tell you shit. And you think, fucking hell, you've been and robbed that. And you had some shoplifters who came back and with some outstanding stuff, and you goes, you're at the top of your trade, you know what I mean? Like, they'd probably come back with Burberry, Aquascutum, Dax, Pringle, you know, the top of the range, and you're thinking, oh, we need to go shoplifting with them. Do you know what I mean? They're top level.
I remember when I tried to do a bit of shoplifting when I was a kid and failed dramatically.